We are privileged today to have with us Ken Jackson. Ken is going to be talking to us about something called the KJ effect. But Ken, welcome. This is the first time to have you on Spectrum. Thanks for coming out.
Hey, I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. I always look forward to learning a little bit about our guests. Tell us a little bit about your background and what's brought you to this kind of point in life.
Well, born and raised in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Proud of that. And started out like everyone else, went to college, got a degree, ended up with a major corporation, very blessed. But, after the first year and a half, something just clicked, if you will, and I wanted to do my own thing. So I've been a business owner for about 29, 30 years now, different industries. Walked away from the corporate world about 2007, 2008 timeframe.
All right, so now you're involved with something called the KJ effect, and I guess when we first met, that was one of my first questions. What in the world is the KJ effect?
So here's the thing: my mission ultimately is to encourage and inspire. Okay. So it is basically to inspire people to turn their dreams into achievements and to motivate them into action, so they may realize their full potential on a personal and professional level.
Okay. Now you said that concisely, but that's a lot. I mean, that is a lot for somebody to figure out what their purpose is all about.
Yeah.
How do you help folks to start working through that process of figuring out their purpose?
Well, the first step, I believe the first step is finding and defining, discovering, if you will, your why. That's the first essential step into getting clarity. It's going to give you direction and then ultimately put you into action, so then you can actually figure out what that purpose is for you.
Does that, the why, does that, figuring out your why, does that mean your why am I here on this planet? Why am I in business? Why am I getting up in the morning? Which why?
It incorporates all of it. So for instance, my why is to help people find a better way to achieve their goals.
Okay.
Now, how I do that is by challenging the current mindset, and then what I contribute is life and business experiences to have a positive impact and help people get the results they want.
You know, Ken, when you think about life and trying to, the great question of my purpose. Sure. and all of the, and we've all probably heard that, and you need to figure out your purpose in life so that you can accomplish your purpose. But how does the average person watching us today, how does defining the why of life matter so much?
Well, it's not the matter, it's the effect.
Okay.
So defining your why.
So how does it benefit somebody to have it defined?
Clarity and direction.
Okay.
So a lot of times, we've got people, 95% of people, doing something every single day, not because they want to, not even because they choose to, it's more of a have to. And that have to isn't something they want to do. It's just something they feel they need to do. Then it turns into routine. And then once you're in the routine, then you just feel stuck. So for the individuals that may be asking, where do I go from here? What's next? A lot of people are out there wondering, especially in times like this, where am I supposed to go from here? But imagine defining or discovering your why. And it's not just the ultimate purpose, or it's not the last thing in the success equation, if you will, or in your personal equation. It's just the start. It's that foundation of defining a certain path that I choose for myself. And everyone's path is different. I believe everyone was blessed with a gift.
I believe that too.
But a lot of people, they're not following that. They're not actually going after it. They feel stuck. So imagine determining that why first.
As you think about the world we live in today, a COVID-19 world, there's a lot of people that I think are frustrated. I mean, I was talking to someone recently, and we were describing some of the frustrations, and, their frustration had to do in that moment with what they were doing work-wise. Sure. Although, as we talked about, I said, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. I mean, you take this industry. Sure. Man, these people are frustrated. You take this industry. Yeah. These folks are in a bind. And so, there's an old saying that if you find something that you like to do, you don't work a day of your life. Yeah. I think that may be an oversimplification. But do you find that there's too many people working outside of their real purpose?
I really do. I ask a lot of people, if time, money, and health weren't an issue, what would you rather be doing? And no one says, I'd keep working. No one says, I'd keep doing what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And that gives me an idea that, well, then if I can help you at least find the direction, find that path. And, it's not about money or cars. It's more of fulfillment. Feeling that blessing of fulfillment, that this is what I should be doing, and waking up every morning with that eagerness, that excitement to attack the day, not try and run from it.
As a believer in Jesus Christ, Ken, how do you find some scriptures that tie into what you're doing, that motivate you, that give you purpose, that help you give others purpose?
I do. There's quite a few. Now, I'm not a master of the Bible by any means, but to me, there are a few out there. Habakkuk 2:2, write down the vision. And I'm going to simplify all these.
Oh, that's okay.
Write down the vision. So that means that I began to realize that if I just wrote it down, okay, right? And then there's ask and ye shall receive. So that means, what are you asking for?
That's a good point.
And the other one is seek.
Praying with specificity.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Seek and ye shall find. And I didn't know all of these, but as I lived life and learned them, right, it all made sense. I even, I took the time to look up the word seek. Seek means to actually take action. So that, just to simplify it for me, having a vision board, writing down what I want, then asking for it, believing in it, and then taking action to go get it, and then kicking in faith, right? Faith without works is dead. That means you have to get up and put in work.
Yes.
And it's that simple. And then toss in belief.
I think it's interesting. As a pastor, one of the things that I share with our congregation is the importance of moving in the direction of your prayers. You can pray about something and sit there and do nothing, but are you praying about it? And as you said, taking action in that direction. Yeah. If I want to improve my marriage, well, what am I doing to maybe improve myself so I can improve my marriage? Or am I working on my kindness? Or am I working on building up my spouse? Yeah. Am I allowing there to be some joy in my life instead of always being frustrated and bitter and angry, right? Those things require effort. You said putting in the work, and that's very true. Nobody gets it for free, do they? Everybody has to work at it.
Effort.
Effort is a big...
And that's the faith, right? Starting to take those steps without seeing what's in front of you, but knowing that it's there, and that's a belief. A lot of people say they believe. Then you should be able to put in the effort. You should be able to ask. Take the lid off the power that you're saying you believe in, and there's nothing you can't do if you believe and you take the action. So I just take the lid off. So yes, I ask for bold and big things.
Taking the lid off sounds like a John Maxwell principle to me. I think I've read him talking about lifting the lid in your life, right?
Take it off.
Yeah. Well, do you get involved with encouraging people and sharing with them? Do you do motivational talks to corporations or to nonprofits? What do you do?
I do. So I do workshops and seminars for youth organizations, the Office of African American Affairs in Albuquerque, Martin Luther King State Commission, along with I'm an advisor for the African American Chamber of Commerce in Albuquerque. So I work with different organizations, and the one that I really get excited about is Wings for Life. She's Anne is doing a lot of great things, so I enjoy telling, well, as silly as it sounds, talking about my mistakes. See, if I can tell you where I made my mistakes, and I'm still making them, right?
None of us are perfect.
Right, but we're learning from them. So that's where I really get the drive is, okay, if this is the direction that you want, whatever's best for you, how can I help you get there?
That's wonderful. So you connect a lot through different organizations in the city of Albuquerque, and of course have been working with nonprofits. If somebody is saying, man, I need to hear more about what this KJ effect. I need to think more about my purpose. I need to figure out how to put some of those things into action. Is there a way that they can get in touch with you?
Yeah, a couple different ways. You can call me directly, honestly, at 505-259-8429. I want to make sure my door is always open.
That's great.
Email me at thekjeffect@gmail.com. And then my website is thekjeffect.com. And if you really want to discover your why, you can go to mywhydiscovery.com, and I can walk you through the results, talk to you about it, so then we can put you on the path that's best for you.
Well, some great information and really some thought-provoking material provided for us today by Ken Jackson, talking about the KJ effect. Definitely look into some of this material. I think it'll be a blessing. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.